What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, cloud swing traders? Hope you guys doing absolutely fantastic. Hope you guys are feeling good. Hope you guys are ready to go. Somehow, crazy, crazy week, but somehow we made it to Friday. We'll see what happens. But we got Alan House. Good morning to you. Good morning to Albert. Good morning to Amy, Andrew, Andy, Bill, Cheryl, Christopher. Cindy's in the house. Good morning to you. Good morning to Daniel, Jared, Jeff, Joe, John, Keith, Kevin. Lucian's rocking with us. Good morning to Marius, Martina, Michael, Michelle. Everyone's here today. We got Mike, good morning to you. Shane, Tim, the list is long today. All my people out YouTube land. Daniel's in the house. Good morning to you. All my lurkers in the background on YouTube. Just not gonna say nothing all day. It's okay. I still love you. Hit that like and subscribe button. But bullish trend, I will say. Let's go to the 15-minute chart for SPY. Just an incredible looking uh bullish trend. We'll see again what happens today if we start to break it. We get some fear of a 2-day weekend, whatever reason people might need to take profits, but decent trend really starting around here. So this is your first kind of 3 days up. You get your 1 day pullback, and then it's just been every single day volume is pushing higher, higher, higher. Nice move yesterday as well. So stick with the trend. Try not to no reason to be the hero. No reason. That being said, yesterday was a little bit of, I mean, 2 days ago was a retest gap. Again, just kind of hung out. Yesterday was more of a gap and go off of it. We had a nice little follow through there. Even with today's open, we are still above yesterday's VPOC. So look for some kind of support. They've been all holding fairly well. Um, Stay above 657.53. If we could do that, uh, Cheryl says, good morning, loving Tesla and WBD. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm still holding that one too. Yeah, you got in that with me. We've been holding that one for a while, but yeah, really good, nice returns on it. But we got SPY 653.53, somewhere around there. Should be our support. Otherwise, we're even gapping above the closing price of yesterday. But again, if we're looking for the trend to break, we need at least 2 down days in a row, 3 down days in a row. So even if we get that break today, we'll see. Just I would think it's a retest until we get a little bit more data in. But for right now, there's no sign of that. Looks like we're just going higher. I got no targets higher. So just play it how you want. Buy the dips still in place. We got Qs. Good close yesterday. Finally closing at a new all-time high. Took a little bit longer than the SPYs to get there, but again, Q's just rampaged well before the SPY did, so SPY is still just making some progress. Q's really good gap into all-time highs. We'll see where we open, but for right now, this would be an all-time high open for Q's. A pullback, being that it's a retest, that would take us into 584.49, something to that effect. Higher, your guess is as good as mine. I got I got no more. It's very hard to do technicals when you've been to a place you've never been before. There's no roadmap whatsoever, but it still looks bullish to me. We got Bitcoin, BTC, pulling back a little bit for today. So again, maybe this is an early indicator of what happens with the markets. I don't know. We'll see. But nice little breakout candle 2 days ago. We talked about that. Yesterday, fantastic close above most resistance. 115, 375 was a good one to hold. And then we did close underneath the next one, 115, 762. But absolute rampage, a little bit of pullback is okay. First spot of support, I would give it this one, especially with the strong move. See if we hold up at 114, 745. If it doesn't, then you're just kind of waiting for 114, 164. But to me, it looks like a little bit of resting, a little pullback, profit taking. And we'll see if we get above this candle. If we get above really today's high or even get back above 115, 762. I don't think there's really too much stopping us from back in the 117, 796. And maybe we go higher from there. We'll see. But yeah, Bitcoin looks good. Looks like it's just resting a little bit for today. Yeah, WBD, phenomenal candle yesterday. Again, where were we buying this one, Cheryl? I forget my price on this one, but we were sitting somewhere around like $8, $7, $8. think we were buying it back in this zone, I think, quite some time ago. Just too undervalued. I put the valuation somewhere close to around 12, and we've been already in that area. But yesterday, get some news that Skydance might be looking to put a bid in for Warner Brothers. Stock absolutely erupted yesterday. Looking pretty good for today. It is a retest gap. We are dancing around some rumors. We'll see what happens. And then we also have to see if there's bids starting to come in for WBD. What price are they talking? Just FYI, Cheryl, it's yeah, around $7 I think we got. Just FYI, I'm still holding those shares after the conversion too, so I'm not even selling into this. We'll see which company buys it. As long as I like the company that buys it, as long as they have decent balance sheet, I'm still going to be holding whatever converted shares this would be if that happens. So just a FYI on the game plan for me. I'm not doing nothing. I like to go the easy route, the lazy route. Just do nothing. But you got WBD, fantastic gap for today. My concern on this one for day trade or continuation would be maybe get a retest first, $16.14 if you're trying to come in. Again, much better buy opportunities off the lows on this one when everybody was absolutely panicking out of their minds. We had to sit through a little bit. We were up and down and all around, so not bad. But looks good on that one. I don't think I would day trade it. Again, I still have shares. I'm going to hold it. We'll see what happens. Bid could be close to $22. I hope so. Rumors that I'm starting, it was $100 bid. That's the rumor. But we'll have to see too if they accept the bid. If we have to see how. Sometimes the deals are strange, and then it takes time for deals to close, and so it's a process. But I'm in it. I like them. I think their IP value was much higher than even the stock price that they were kind of pushing. Plus, now you got lower interest rates. They did get off of Netflix or not Netflix. Netflix. What am I talking about? They were getting out of COVID at that time, so they had production stopped, which all studios kind of did, and then it took a while to rebuild and kind of push things around. So we shall see. Tesla looks really, really good. I was looking for a 362.10 yesterday. I got it. It came. Um, they stopped me first on a trade. I could have played the same thing. So 2 days in a row, the first trade of the day, they stopped me. It would look like it was about to break and just keep going. They stopped me 2 days ago. I got back in. Yesterday, I was like, yeah, and then we took Baba for 1.2, so we made the money back. But other than that, yeah, if some of you guys did hop in and just run the same exact game plan again, and I think some of you guys were getting like 4 Rs and crazy wild stuff, but far exceeding the 362. I think this looks like a really good continuation for Tesla. Let's see for today though. If we get a little bit of a pullback, I don't know, maybe we're looking for like 369.45. If that does not hold, then maybe a full-on retest into 367.23. Outlook going forward past today. Let's go a little bit longer time frame. Fantastic close. I think I would expect some kind of a deeper pullback, maybe that 362 if it wants to. I don't know. But I think it looks like it does want to go higher from here. I'm not sure the next price points, but I got 378.88 is the next one, and then I got one all the way up at 402.75. So we could see that again. I think we kind of have to get there before earnings. Earnings have been a little not great for them. We've not had great sales numbers even throughout this quarter that has been reported. So let's get there before earnings. See if we could do a little squeeze on that one. I guess I'll wait till it hits 75 then. Yeah, and then you get 25 extra dollars in it. So that's how I would that's probably how I would play that one. Even if it's at $99, you just go all in, you got a dollar move. Incredible. Regulators could mess with it after Skydine's recent acquisition. It's possible. Um, it's possible, but here's the thing with some of those acquisition, the bids. If Skydance is actually validly offering $22, you don't think that they're going through the books and trying to see value for $22? Like if they don't think the company's worth $22 a share, they're not offering $22 a share, right? So even if that deal gets rejected, I think that sets market expectations up a little bit, and then the next offer that comes in, or if there is another offer, if they're going to accept offers, it's you're looking at $22. Maybe you have to bid a little bit higher because now you already have another company offering the 22. So I think that does set us up good either way, whether the deal happens or not. Off of the news announcement that the deal doesn't go through, yeah, the stock's going to drop, but I think that would be a buy of the dip and continue to hold. All right, let me know if you guys got any other tickers you guys want to look at. Very light on tickers today. That's got me a little concerned. A little bit concerned. I see Mustafa. We got you on that one. We'll pull that up next. The chips have not been that great, specifically the Nvidias. Not, I'm gonna go real short term, so take what I say for a grain of salt. But yeah, weak recently. Obviously, it's most one of the most valuable companies. Although Oracle's CEO, I heard, just passed Elon Musk for the richest person in the world. Pretty crazy. Other than that, you got Nvidia is not really opening that great. Still underneath 2 days of resistance at this point. I think it still looks a little bit short rather than long at this point. Yesterday was a nice gap up though. It was a retest gap. If I wish this thing could open a little bit higher. Get me at least an open above 177.57 or climb through there throughout the day. Otherwise, the real spot, if you could get back above 177.81, then I think that just settles in that this is more just profit taking than a people wanting to actually short this stock. So this is a big difference on that. But got to climb a little bit higher into that one. Mustafa has 3350. It's got some good volume on it. I think you're still catching a falling knife. This is not a good open. I would be looking short. Obviously, this one is live now. I would see if this one, I would wait at least for this today to close. Maybe if you want to take this one, just because of the volume, if it closes the way it looks, taking a break above that, you have good risk to reward. Otherwise, I think the fact you're kind of even breaking down this big bullish engulfing candle, the fact that the price is here at all is not a very good sign of strength. We did run into 200, kind of rejected that. So I think it still looks a little bit weak. I do like that volume that came in today so far. But even that green candle had more volume than either of the last 2 days. So I'd be a little concerned that we're this low. I think it's still short. Microsoft MSFT. Uh, Microsoft is gapping above. It's a pretty decent gap and go into a little bit of resistance. We got, I think that was technically Green Day, but high wave candle. 1, 2, 3 days of open and sell, matching up with this big monster open and sell. Not a great location. I think that resistance makes a lot of sense. 501.96. I think a huge resistance would have been somewhere around this 504.39. I'd be looking for a chop, but I think I'd be leaning bullish on Microsoft for today. We'll see if and I think Microsoft had an announcement last night, if I'm not mistaken, where they are reconfirming their partnership with Open. So Microsoft did kind of move on that. They got the catalyst for today. I think that would be a good one to watch, leaning in the bullish direction, but be aware there is a little bit of resistance right above you. Coinbase almost looks really good. Longer term basis, it looks pretty good. Day trade wise, I don't know. I think I'd have to be a little patient. We do see Bitcoin pulling back a little. Again, I'm not too panicky on that one. But you do have a little support resistance. I think we're slightly at or slightly above this 327.25 zone. And then I think you got 320.70 would be your next resistance. We've already been up there before. I think if we get there again, I think that's probably your breakout. So I'd be looking to buy some dips, I think, on coin, but I'm gonna need a dip, I think, here. First spot where I'd be interested, not super excited, but very interested, would be somewhere right around this 324.34. I think that should be a decent little support, but if that breaks, I think a monster support at this point is closer to 320.70. So we'll see if to me it looks like a little bit of chop, but if at any point during the day you get above this 328.70, I think You're going aggressively trying to chase it or buy any candles, 10 EMAs, whatever to get into that one. PLTR. Mm, Palantir, which has been a little iffy lately. Not a bad open. Kind of, we did dip below Wednesday's candle at one point. Bulls came back, not a decisively bullish close, but I do like where we're opening on this one. So if we could hang out and open anywhere above 164.97, again, this is 3 days of buying into this red candle, so this could be just some selling. We've already kind of broken out of a little bit of longer term resistance. I can see this one being a little sneaky. I don't know if it's gonna be the easiest one, but I think you got your next resistance up to 167.09, something to that effect. Palantir has the ability to go crazy, so if we get up to that zone again, maybe if we could break it, plenty of room higher. Um, yeah, I kind of like it if we get a small high wave candle, small little pullback at open. That might be interesting. We got Netflix. I know I'm skipping some. I'm just whichever one I see first. I'm just pulling up. I'm not going in any particular order, so don't get mad at me. We got Netflix. Is that was a rough close yesterday. Not a great open today. Okay, open at best, I think. Um, yeah, let's see where this one opens. We're right at that support resistance. So if this opens and an initial candle is probably a drop, then let's feed into that short, play the trend to the downside. That is a monster bearish engulfing candle. Kind of a tough one to just automatically rally through, but at some point, I think that was maybe too big of a drop on Netflix yesterday. This also is probably um, responsive to WBD news as well, Skydance news. If those small guys, not they're huge. I mean, they're not small guys, but if they all start partnering up and start really, uh, I think you'd probably have a little concern for competition for Netflix. Maybe if you get another like big streamer right now, it's still Netflix first. I think Amazon probably second, Hulu third, and isn't like Hulu. Well, Hulu is technically Disney, I guess, ESPN. But yeah, we'll see where this one opens. Big candle. I don't think I'd be the first one to chase bullish. I just as much as I can see this thing dropping, having a retest first into maybe 12.23. I can see that happening too. So give me a indecision candle. If we start really fundamentally breaking down, you got 11.78 would be your next target. So a lot of room on that one. CEO quit of Netflix. Huh. We got Hims. If I was the CEO of Netflix, I why why quit? You literally have everything going for you right now. I don't think anybody was mad at him. Like this stock should be $2,000 by now. This is crazy. We've only gone up 800%. I should have just been buying WBD this whole time. Crazy. You got Hims. Hims is chilling for now. It's okay open. Again, inside day at resistance. I would see if this one would pull back a little bit. The furthest pullback that I'd be interested in is probably about $50.29. Other than that, I think somewhere right around probably 51.07 would be an interesting spot. But inside day, if it was a little bit higher at open, so if we start breaking out or opening above 51.72, we might have a good shot for a decent run on Hims for today. Obviously, retailers love it, and you could get the herd of people just slamming the buy button, which would run us up to about $56.25. So you got some room bullish. Let's see how that one opens as well. I like the inside day candles where they pull back first and then go. So that's what I would be looking for. Did you miss SMCI? Why do you everyone is like asking, did I miss this stock today? That just tells me either you guys did not show up on time, you guys were not here when I started, or you just assume that I'm flying through stocks so quickly that you just are missing a whole bunch. You got SMCI, I didn't cover this one yet. SMCI is decent little gap and go for today. Again, AMD, we'll check that one out. We haven't checked that out yet either. I see a request for it. But Nvidia was looking a little rough. This one's been putting in some work. Nice bullish candle back on Tuesday, getting above good volume zone. We had some stabilization at some of those moving averages, and you get a nice little push today. You do have a monster resistance. Even though those are two red candles and gap and goes, they're still both higher than that where those bulls came in. I don't think this would have been, if I was hopping in here on SMCI, I don't think this would have been my target. Maybe sell some shares, but I think I'd still be in this thing. I think you have probably a decent amount of bulls profitable today. 4708 is a great resistance for it. If you get above it, I think you get some continuation on SMCI, but and then I think you're looking for that gap fill. That gap fill or maybe into like 53, 52, expect a pullback, next pullback, probably looking for that gap fill. But yeah, looks interesting. Go watch that one today as well. Let us see. Let's see. Netflix. Kim will depart after more than 5 years. Chief Technology Officer Elizabeth Stone's taken over her duties on an interim basis. Okay. Let's see. AMD. We'll take a look at that one. AMD sold off yesterday, but all we really did, almost, we didn't even quite get there yet. Close. But we were looking at that spot for a while. 154.19. That would be after a three-bar reversal. It kind of came into the high end of the candle, not really the VPOC. Still a good spot for a bounce. I don't think I wouldn't mind trying to go bullish AMD. Again, still want a little bit of a pullback. I want to see what happens at 156.19. Just knowing that we have the 50 EMA right above us. Otherwise, I think you got targets up to 160.20. But if we can hold that little support, again, why I question that support is if we've already bounced off this 154.33, I think I'd like it a little bit better. But inside day candle, it is a gap to go for today. Small little pullback. See if that 156.19 holds. If so, I think you get good, at least risk reward for the attempt on that one. Crowd weave, CRWV. One, two, three bullish days in a row. Crypto is looking decent still. Not that we need it. I don't know why I said that. I was thinking BMNR. That was the next ticker. But CoreWeave looking decent, not bad. Nice little gap up from Wednesday, inside day yesterday, just kind of a pullback. Not that impressive of a gap today. It is a small gap and go. I think if CoreWeave wants to go bullish today, I'd be looking for about 117.17 as your target. I think that would be your final boss level for today, unless something crazy happens. But really, really big gap up. Probably needs another day of rest. For support, kind of got down to the first one almost. You got 111.81. If that starts to break, I don't know. 110.37 and then 108.62, but that's below this candle. So I probably hangs out for today. But there is some room to the higher side if you could get a decent intraday setup. All right, BMNR. That one is looking pretty good. Nice little S curve. You're breaking out of a high volume zone. Could be a runner. 49.99 would be your first resistance. Next target after that would be about 52.92. And then a monster one at somewhere around 54. So we got room to the higher side. Green candle from yesterday, maybe a small pullback, but I don't really want to see that thing pull back too much. So if we start to pull back a tiny bit and hold this, let's say 49.23, good. I'm good with it. If you start to break it, yeah, your next spot to look to buy is probably about 48.26, but then you got to break through that volume again. So we'll see where this one opens right at that key volume zone now. We'll see if they come back for a full retest, and let's see where that one wants to open. But very interesting spot. Nice little, not I guess S curve. Good curve on it. Amazon is just hanging out right at that support resistance. That's not a great candle from 2 days ago. There's still all of yesterday's action at the very low end of that. Even with this gap, this was a gap and go at open yesterday. That all failed, closed kind of weak. So I think sentiment maybe not the strongest yet. I don't think it's weak at all. You've had a nice run, but I think you're just kind of resting. My thing would be if you get above 230, 141, I think that starts to set you up for a bigger bounce. So we'll see on that one. Okta. Okta is not really doing too much. Yep, down 3 pennies from the close. Interesting buy spot. Octa will just one day, maybe today's day, I don't know. I wish I had that crystal ball, but one day it will get a big candle, and then that kind of sets it up, and then it does nothing, and then you get a candle in the opposite direction. Um, but yeah, just kind of hanging out for now. A good double bottom at least. I do like the fact that you're above. You want to stay above 91.22 on this one if you're gonna have good risk reward. Next resistance, 93.54 for today. Let's see. I know I'm missing a bunch more. Let's see. Adobe with earnings yesterday. Okay, open. This thing ran to like 384, I believe, after the earnings came out, or 382, I think it was. Good earnings, beat and raise. They have a disease. Adobe has an issue. The issue is specifically on earnings. Every time they have good earnings, which one, two, three, they've pretty good at hitting and beating. They have a disease where they just automatically sell off after earnings. So I'm in it. I did buy some shares. I also sold some covered calls that expired today for 400. I'll be out probably pretty close to open on that entire play. But yeah, big resistance 363.54. If you get above that, that would probably take us into maybe you could get to like 369.73. Good volume. Again, I'm going to attribute most of that volume to after the bell when the report came out. Other than that, could be a runner if this 363.52. We talked about this one yesterday. I think it was pricing in 372 for today for the high side. So if you're trying to play this one, you're probably going to want to still stay inside that. I don't think this market's going to want to try to pay out on a whole bunch of calls if they don't have to. So most likely calls go to nothing, or sold calls, sold puts go to nothing. They chill here, and then probably next week you'll see a follow through on it. Charlie Kirk shooter is in custody. That happened right before I hopped on the mic. Yep, they did. Trump put out a statement or interview, I guess, saying they did capture the guy. Pyramid AMD. That's a good idea. I like it. Probably not starting here though. I'd start my pyramid at 150, something like that. But that is the morning bell. So make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button if you've not done so already. Other than that,